next is I want to talk about all the bow chicka wow wow. Hey, it's Rhianna and
Jonathan.
Welcome back to my channel and another episode of Weight Loss Wednesday. So we want to start off by saying that this video is probably going to be a little bit long. I'm going to do my best to edit it in a concise manner, but we are going to be talking about the emotional and mental challenges of extreme weight loss. And this video is hard to make.
Yeah.
But we feel like it's important. And the other disclosure that we want to say before we get into this is that if you're watching this and you are struggling with your weight, or maybe you're not struggling, maybe you're just overweight and you don't care, this video might be hard to watch because we have some opinions about our own obesity, and it might just be hard to hear, because I can just say that if I watch this video at my heaviest, I think it would probably upset me.
Yeah, it pissed me off.
So I'm just letting y'all know ahead of time, we're open to discussions. The comments are gonna be open. This isn't meant to be hateful in any way, shape, or form, but it is something that isn't really talked about, and we think that it should be talked about. So with that being said, let's go ahead and start the video.
Oh crap.
The first thing that we want to say is today, the day that this video is going live, we have made our 2-year keto-versary.
Yep.
So yeah, actually I think it's kind of funny. I think I was wearing this exact shirt in our 1-year keto anniversary update. And I didn't even do that on purpose. I haven't watched the video, but I just realized, I think I remember sitting here and my eyebrows were really, really dark.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, it's been an amazing year. Do you remember that?
No.
I just got a flashback all of a sudden. But anyways, so yeah, we've made 2 years keto, which is really exciting. And that's what this video is basically in celebration of, I guess you would say. All right, so the first thing that we're gonna talk about is kind of like our journey to our heaviest weight. So I've always been chubby. I've always been like, you know, the chubby one in the family. If you look at pictures like growing up and stuff, I've always been just hefty, you know, shopped in the plus size section as a little girl and growing up and everything. And in my teens, I remember, you know, like my grandma taking me to Weight Watchers, and you know, being maybe not the biggest kid at the school, but like one of the bigger kids at the school. And my family's always been hyper focused on physical appearances and about, you know, being skinny and, you know, losing weight and stuff like that. And so I've always just known that it was better to be thin. And because of that, I feel like I almost like rebelled against that. And my weight just kept going up. And I was happy, you know, and I never struggled like with relationships or anything. And so my weight just kind of like crept up and up and up and up. And I ended up at my heaviest about 370 pounds. And so like I would maybe diet a little bit, but I never honestly really tried to lose weight. I would mostly do it to shut people up, but I honestly didn't really care or want to lose weight because it never impacted me in enough of a way that I felt like I needed to do anything about it. So that was kind of like my journey in the weight gain.
I've always been fat. I come from a family of bigger people. This is hard.
I know.
I don't like it.
Baby.
What? I was always the biggest, if not the one of the biggest in school growing up. Parents never really did anything. They were always working. So I was on my own a lot. This is hard for me.
I know it is.
You have to really understand that.
I do really understand it.
Growing up fat, I mean.
How did being the biggest person like in school and stuff, like how was that?
It wasn't bad because I was in football, so, you know, it's kind of expected for linemen. And it just really wasn't said. You know, nobody really said anything because that was on the football team. You don't. This is Texas. You don't mess with us. It's crazy. I know, but yeah, you don't.
Did you diet any, like on your way up? Did you?
Every once in a while, I'd start something, stick with it for a couple of months, and then just fall off. Stop doing it.
Did you ever lose any significant amounts of weight?
No, never did. Never lost any like real significant amounts.
I think I would lose like 20 pounds and then quit, like whatever it was. I always just felt like dieting was awful.
Yeah.
I would rather have my food and be fat than struggle and lose weight.
Yeah.
Like that was my thing. Like not eating the foods was not okay with me.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I just couldn't say no to myself. It was just not gonna happen. How did you emotionally feel about being fat?
It sucked. I wasn't happy, obviously. Would have bouts of pretty bad depression. Thought about killing myself a couple times. Stuff like that.
I never experienced that part of it. I mean, I honestly felt happy. Like, the saddest I would feel was like because of the physical side. Like the physical side would make me feel sad sometimes.
See, that was never a problem for me though. The physical part was never a problem. I wouldn't let my weight stop me from, you know, hanging out with my friends, doing stuff with them, you know, going to the river or going camping, going hiking, stuff like that. That I would not allow that to happen. So, and I just was pushed through and just keep going.
See, like I had physical pain and for my weight. And so that part would make me feel sad.
Yeah. Because
my weight hurt me, but I still couldn't fix it. Like I still didn't have the power and the control to stop myself. Like, and so sometimes I would feel sad. It's really hard to remember, honestly. Like it's hard. I'm trying to like put myself back in that headspace. Because like me saying that, like I didn't have control, I didn't have the power, and it's like, well, I mean, we're obviously gonna talk about this a little bit further in, you know, the video, but like at that time, I just didn't feel like I would ever be able to overcome my weight. I could easily see myself being bedbound. I mean, I was one like fall. Basically, if I fell because of my weight and like hurt my knee or something, or like broke my leg or something like that, like it would have been over. Yeah. Like I would have been on, you know, my 600-pound life because I wouldn't have been able to. I would just eat myself into being bedbound at that point. So, and that was at the beginning of our relationship. Just past our marriage. So like from when we first started dating until about a year after our wedding. And I mean, we were just happy and we ate a lot together. And so we were just like the fat, happy couple, and it was fine until it wasn't. So we're not going to talk too much about the journey to lose the weight, or the journey of losing the weight, because we've actually documented that.
Yeah, it's been well documented.
So y'all have seen us losing the weight. You already know what the outcome of this video is as far as that part of it. So that's not really what we're here to talk about. Like I said, we're here to talk about the mental side. All right, so now we're gonna talk about our new feels. Like coming to terms with our new body, like how we feel when we see old pictures, and we'll start there. So how do you feel when I show you like our old before pictures?
I can't stand to look at them. I really can't.
What do you see when you see that? Like, what do you, tell me what is your, like, why don't you want to look at it? Like, what is it that you're feeling in that moment?
Disgust. Yeah. I'm ashamed. It's pretty messed up stuff.
Yeah, this is the part that I was saying was going to be hard to hear for someone who is still in the process of losing weight, or maybe hasn't decided that they're ready to lose weight.
Yeah.
So I was happy. I was, you know, I'm married to the love of my life, and, you know, starting our life together, and looking back at those pictures makes me embarrassed.
Yep.
I'm ashamed of that person. I am mad at that person. Like, why did I let this happen? I wasted so much of my life being fat. Like, I
was an idiot.
Yeah, I mean, like, I just let candy bars and soda and pizza and food was more important to me than, like, having a life that was worth living.
Mm-hmm.
And
fun, you know, doing everything.
Yeah, I mean, like, you say that you didn't let your weight hold you back, but you actually hid behind your work, because you haven't been doing things for a long time, and you mask that with being busy at work.
I am busy with work.
Yes, I know, but we now cannot stand to sit at home on the weekends. We hate Saturday nights with nothing to do. We're like trying to find ways to get out of the house, because we spent so much time sitting on the couch, because you would work so hard that by the time you got off on Saturdays, all you wanted to do was rest.
Yeah.
You didn't want to go out and do anything, you know? And
that was recent. I'm talking about, like, as I was growing up, I would still go with my friends to do stuff.
Oh yeah.
Still go be stupid and do all the stupid high school crap, and, you know, party till Lord only knows.
Yeah, so seeing old pictures, like, there's this one that I very vividly remember of the two of us on the couch at my grandparents' house. And my aunt is sitting on the couch with us, and we just look.
I absolutely just...
I mean, it's just embarrassing. And, like, I feel like I wasted like 10 years of my life being super morbidly obese.
Mm-hmm. At least for me.
And I'm angry at myself because I feel like now I'm struggling with fertility problems that I probably wouldn't have had if I wouldn't have gotten so overweight. It's a little bit of a blessing in disguise though, because I didn't end up with someone else's baby, because that would have been a nightmare.
Yeah, that would have really sucked.
But I do want to say that as angry and like embarrassed and ashamed as I am of that person was also the one that eventually got it right.
Yeah.
So that was the person who finally said enough was enough, and who was strong enough to do it and continue to do it and never quit. And now we're here today and able to say, like, I've lost 130 pounds. I feel like I've changed my life. I've learned how to maintain weight loss, and I enjoy working out. And, you know, the same for you. Like, you have lost
300
something.
We're not sure.
I know, we're not exactly sure, but he's lost a lot. And, you know, we go to the gym multiple times a month. I feel like all those feels that we feel towards our old self is part of healing our obesity and how we keep it from never happening again, basically.
Yeah.
Is allowing ourselves to be embarrassed, to be ashamed, to be mad, but then to realize that that person did it and it's in us. That person is still in us, in a good way, like in a way that, you know, shows what we can do if we put our minds to it. So when we are struggling, we can always remember, like, look what we did. Like, we don't have to ever go back to that. And so I think that I feel like that whole, like, kind of like that breakdown moment of looking at our old pictures is just part of, like, healing from our, you know, our former selves, basically.
Yeah, I get that. I swallow my feels.
I know you do. And that's why we're talking about them, because
Yay.
it makes him super comfortable. He loves it. The last thing that I want to talk about before we get to the couple questions that we had was talking about body dysmorphia. So body dysmorphia is whenever you see yourself one way than how you actually look. It can go both ways.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it can go, which I definitely feel like I had it going up as well as coming back down. We are definitely in a state of body dysmorphia currently.
Yeah.
If you've watched any of his Stitch Fix videos, if you follow my Instagram, I mean, you see, like, right now we're going through this process of, like, oh my gosh, like, who is this? Who is that? What is happening? Like, putting on a size large dress. I went to Caroline's Kitchen last week. She offered me a shirt, asked me what size I wore. I said 2XL. I'm not a 2XL. I don't wear a 2XL. It's an extra large and it fits fine. And if I would have gotten a 2X, I would have been swimming in it. And the XL, even that is, like, not gonna fit me very much longer. And, you know, and the only reason why I need an XL is because of my boobs. And then, like, for you.
Yeah, it's still like what was it, last weekend, Saturday, the shirt over at Jake's that fit. Went over to Jacob and Susanna's, and yeah, he had me try on one of his shirts. I was wearing one of the, like, fishing shirts. Is a Columbia knockoff shirt, and yeah, I mean, it's way too big for me. Just, you know, that's my life right now. So, you know, he had me try on one of his shirts, and yeah, the damn thing fit.
And it was an extra large.
It was extra large.
So it was just that kind of stuff. And the shorts he was wearing that day were hand-me-downs from his other friend Jeff.
Yep.
And so, like, it's just, you know, the Stitch Fix videos where he puts on a shirt and he's like, it's too tight.
It is too tight.
And it's not too tight. And then I show him a picture of himself and he's like, whoa, like, that's not how I see myself. You see pictures of yourself and you're just like, who is that? You know? So yeah, that's definitely something that we've, you know, had to come to terms with. All right, so now we got a couple of questions. So I offered to keep these questions anonymous. So I'm just not gonna read who they're from because I don't know who wants to be anonymous and who doesn't.
Yeah.
One of the questions was, do you feel more confident? Are you more adventurous? Do the looks from other people make you uncomfortable? And then have there been any mental challenges? So we have obviously talked about the mental side. Do we feel more confident? Yeah, I mean, for sure.
I go through periods of it. I'm weird.
Well, I feel like with your beard and your hair, you're like, I definitely think that you're more confident. I definitely think you're more confident. But you do definitely have days where you are uncomfortable. Do we feel more adventurous?
You do, definitely.
Yeah. But I feel like we both are. Obviously, in our past life, we wouldn't even go out to a new restaurant without it being like a big ordeal.
I'd have to research, and I'd have, yeah.
So, I mean, and I wouldn't consider like going out to eat and being adventurous.
Yeah.
But now it's like we go to like Buffalo Wild Wings on a Friday night. What? We go to bars like on a Friday night or Saturday night, and we don't even think about it. We're just like, hey, you want to go do this? And we go do it. It's not a big deal. Do the looks from other people make you uncomfortable?
Yes.
I am so not used to being treated as a person. Like, so long in my life, like, I feel like the grocery store is like the most common place that I go. But like in the past, people wouldn't even acknowledge that I was in their presence. I wouldn't get eye contact from people. I wouldn't get friendly smiles or like head nods. Like, nobody even acknowledged my presence. And I don't know if it was, I mean, I feel like it was two part. One is people who are just ugly and just didn't want to because I was fat. But I think a lot of it was people who felt like I didn't want to be acknowledged. Like I wanted to be invisible, and so they didn't want to make me uncomfortable by acknowledging my presence, which is not the case. I'm a people person. I'm an extrovert. I don't want to be made to feel like I wasn't present, you know, but I felt like they were doing me a favor by doing that. Like they thought that. So now I see so many people looking at me. Like people smile at me, women and men. I'm not saying like I get hit on. I'm saying like people just see me, and it's so weird to be seen. What about you?
I don't like it.
You don't like it? I like it. I like being seen. And I like being seen by guys. It's nice. I've never in my adult life, I had never been like hit on. Like I never was out in public. I guess I shouldn't say never, but I mean like very, very, very rarely. And usually if I was, it was like a weirdo. So I feel like, you know, I never was like, I would go play pool with my BFF and like guys would try to come talk to us because they thought she was cute or like want to buy her a drink or whatever. And it was just like, I never experienced that. Like I never had that. And so, I mean, I like the attention. And yeah.
I'm not a very big people person. I don't like people in general.
Have you guys ever considered weight loss surgery? I feel like we've answered this in the Q&A before.
Yeah.
Yes.
We've looked into it a couple times.
I've looked into it before I met him. I think he's looked into it before he met me. We've gone to consultations together. But we both just felt like it was too risky to do when we never even tried to lose weight. So we decided that we wouldn't get the surgery until it was a last resort.
Give it a shot first.
And yeah, so, and now we would never, I wouldn't get it now. And I don't ever, like, I wouldn't want it. I personally think that, I still think it's very risky, and it's not a fix, it's a tool. And we don't need it, so.
Now, if you are somebody that needs it, cool, no problem, no power to you, bud. But it's not us. Yeah,
it's not something that we would do now for sure. Next is, I want to talk about all the bow chicka wow wow. I enjoy these questions. I will say, so fat people sex, right? I want to talk about it. So it was happening before. And it was happening during. And it's happening now. So
what more do you need to know?
Fat is squishy and it moves and you can make it work. When there's a will, there's a way. Hey, the inquiring minds want to know. Apparently. Yeah. But I will say yes, absolutely, 100% better.
No comment.
Really?
I'm staying out of this question. I'm saying far, far away.
You're the one that would like snickered the last time when the question was like what's been the best part of the weight loss or something like that, and you're like, we're not going to talk about that on the video.
I was in a different headspace there. I'm in a different mood today.
All right, the last question is, has keto helped fasting blood sugars? So we never struggled. We're not diabetic.
No. I know, as crazy as it seems.
I know, we were never diabetic. And if you watched my video where I did all the testing of the different things, my blood sugar levels are never high. Like, I have, my body is like amazing. So my blood sugars are never in a crazy high range, and so I can't speak for you, but I believe that keto, yes, does lower your blood sugar, and because you're eliminating the carbs and the sugar.
Yes.
So it's recommended for people with diabetes. Low carb keto. Keto.
It's a new one.
It's new. I was just gonna say keto. It's new. So yeah, I would say that if you're diabetic or you're worried about your blood sugar levels or whatever, that yeah, low carb keto is probably something that you want to look into. All right, so that was everything. This was a hard video to film. We are trying to be like transparent and like open to dialogue. So if you have any additional questions, anything that you want, you know, to allow us to elaborate on, leave a comment down below, and I will respond, you know, either with an updated video or I'll answer in the comment section or whatever the case may be. Anything additional you want to say?
It sucked.
I will say that if you want to lose weight, you can do it.
Yeah.
If we can do it, you can do it.
Mm-hmm.
And you just can't look at that number.
Small victories, damn
Yeah. Set yourself small goals, small obtainable goals. And I mean, we literally started with very small changes. We cut out soda, fast food, you know, like that. We did that for like a month, and then we moved to the next one, and then the next one. And so it didn't happen overnight. It took 4 years. 4 years.
And we're still not done.
I know, and we're not even done.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have to learn how to take breaks when you need to rest. Don't quit. And just let yourself live your life. You didn't gain the weight in a year, you're not going to lose it in a year. And yeah.
That's been the hardest thing too.
Yeah.
Instant gratification.
Oh yeah, you want to get on the scale every single day and see the scale move down. It's not how it works though.
Stupid non-linear weight loss bullshit.
If you stuck around for this whole video and you're not subscribed, you obviously love us. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed the content. And I will see you guys next time. Bye. And then I'm gonna add about half of my cream cheese icing. I don't know